the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick card reading for you. A big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. A special big thank you to everyone who has reached out to me on Etsy for a personal reading. I really appreciate your friendship and your trust in me, and I really appreciate you joining me here on YouTube as well. And if you have found yourself here for the very first time, then please join us. Welcome. Join our beautiful soul family by subscribing to the channel, clicking your like button, your notification bell, and dropping me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free video reading with me. Today's pick a card reading, though, we're looking at the connection on your mind, and maybe you're just seeing this person, or maybe you're interested, or you just want to know what their true, honest feelings are for you. Maybe they're being a little bit elusive, because today we're asking, is it love or is it lust? Is their interest in you more emotional, or is it more driven by attraction and sort of the need to fulfill immediate gratification? And that's what we're looking into today. Is it love or is it lust? We have 3 piles for you to choose from. Pile number 1 here with the purple feather. Pile number 2 with the yellow feather. And pile number 3 with the red feather. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting, and my timestamps are below. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. I'm not going to waste any time. Again, today is the question, or we're posing the question to Spirit of, is it love or is it lust in your connection? Pile 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the purple feather, or perhaps to this deck. I believe that this deck is the Light Seers Tarot. So in your connection, how does this person honestly feel about you? What are their honest and true feelings for you? Is it love? Is it more lusty energy? We have the 3 of Cups. Maybe it's just a friendship for you, pile 1, to start. Maybe you guys are not even in a relationship yet, but we want to evolve to a new stage. Because the Judgment card is asking us to discern whether or not this can evolve, whether this person's interest in us is pure perhaps, or a little bit more physical. Is it lust or is it love for pile 1, please? What are their honest feelings? You have the 3 of Swords. How do they currently feel? What are their honest feelings? The Page of Swords. This person feels like they're not, it feels like they can't have you. It's like they're watching you. They want to expand. And it feels like they could be stuck in some sort of friend zone, perhaps with you, or in another dynamic that doesn't allow movement. We have the 5 of Pentacles and we have the King of Wands. And I don't want to automatically assume that the King of Wands means that this is primarily lust. I don't want to think about that or label him as such, because he's a powerful creative force. But let's check out the clarifying cards before we get into your message. Is it love or is it lust? How do they truly and honestly feel? 3 of Wands. The Magician. We have the 6 of Cups reversed. So for someone watching, and this is not for everyone, this could be in separation because somebody here is heartbroken and longing for a reunion of some kind, or return to the past so that we can make different decisions. That's not for everyone. I don't feel like it's a separation for everyone. There is definitely, though, a sense of feeling naive in assuming that anything else can come about. And what's really interesting about your reading, pile 1, is the fact it does feel like it's very rooted in friendship. And they're saying here that they want to take it to a fiery place, but we're starting with emotion. I feel like there's already established connection here, but with that establishment of connection is also sort of an opportunity that they see, because they feel they already have a certain amount of emotion in their hearts for you, a certain amount of love. And I don't want to say it's romantic love at this point, but it's definitely sparked in that direction, because I feel like it's starting in friendship, but they would like to see where it could go. And I feel like there is a lot of lust in that desire, but this person is burdened by their want for more emotion. Even the Chariot is ruled by Cancer. which is a very emotional sign. This person could be a water sign with this Knight of Cups coming in. And the Knight of Cups is coming in with that cup, with that love offer. There is hesitation because there's fear of being emotionally vulnerable, and they've sort of set themselves up with this expectation of failure, I feel, which is why they're hesitating to make their feelings known. But I feel like it's more of a loving energy than it is lust. There's a lot of innocence surrounding how this person feels. Would they take it to a lusty area? Yes, absolutely. And Spirit says that they have this, but it's emotion that's driving them. They want to take it into a more physical realm. They would like to take that opportunity, but they feel like it's an opportunity to build upon the feelings, to build upon the emotional connection between the two of you. And what's keeping them as a watcher, or it's keeping them at bay, is just their belief that you'll probably say no, or you'll probably not feel the same way, not be interested. And they're so burdened by that it's almost like they're burdening themselves, truly. They're burdening themselves with that type of stubborn mentality. Is it love or is it lust for pile number 1, please? What are their honest and true feelings? We have here, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And that is definitely probably a deficit for your person. They don't have a lot of faith in themselves or their ability to perhaps make you happy. We have here, let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And back of the deck says honeymoon. I do feel like this person is keeping their feelings for you under wraps, that they're trying to keep it to themselves. I think you already probably know how they truly feel. And this person cares enough and wants to go in this direction because they believe that the two of you can really build together. They really enjoy your company. And if you're in separation, they really enjoyed your company in the past. And they sort of wish that they had taken steps in the past away from friendship and into a definite romantic realm with you. But I feel like you're really different. Like, I feel like you guys are like very, very different. You could come from different backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds. I just feel like you're really different. Which, again, could fuel into their insecurity a little bit about what is possible. I wish that I made better choices. The Lovers in reverse. It's like they wish that they had sort of stepped out of their comfort zone. Perhaps if there is someone who feels like there's a separation, if there's third party, they wish that they had made a better choice there, but they're scared. They're fearful of stepping into that unknown, which is why the Knight of Cups is here. And their ego is fueling this concept about how it could be naive to assume that you feel the same, or naive to think that the connection is as intense as they think that it is. They're wearing masks. They're afraid to look bad. Acting victorious in the present energy, but not feeling that. I'm being pulled in 2 different directions. Always remember that I'm dealing with collective energy. And so it can't resonate with everyone perfectly, but if it's not resonating with you, you can try a different pile or different reading. But I'm being pulled in 2 different directions here. The Chariot number 7, that's what it feels like. Do I reveal myself? Do I not? Sometimes the Chariot can talk about a decision that they have to make within the current energy or where they're sitting in life. So take that as it resonates to your situation. If there are other people involved here. I just saw the Hanged Man. Yeah, I'm weighing out my options. And I should have ran after you, the 5 of Swords. But it's reversed, which is encouraging. Because it does speak to sort of truth coming out. Or being, not necessarily being caught, but sort of the peace that comes out after we execute our decision. After we put our chariot in the direction that we want. It's like, this is what could be waiting for us. But the 2 of Pentacles is kind of like a mini chariot for me. It's like someone who is holding space for this connection and who has plans to execute some sort of change moving forward as well. What are their honest and true feelings, please? That's too many, Spirit. Let's try again. Their honest and true feelings. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. And I think that they do think that this could be one-sided. They allow that emotion to confuse them. The Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. And I will say here, there's a lot of innocence. And I feel like you could have gone to school with this person, or the two of you really grew or evolved sort of. You may be sort of in the same age range as well, because it's like past life with this person. And it could be in this lifetime or perhaps other lives as well. Star Keeper, cosmic ancestors, seed the light by staying grounded. And back of the deck says big picture thinking, visionary and inspired ideas. And when we do questions like this, or when we do pose questions like this to spirit, whether it's love, whether it's lust, sometimes they ask us to zoom out to that spiritual perspective and see that it all sort of flows down into the same reflection pool, or flows down into the same melting pot, that some things can start in a very emotional place, can turn into lust, can turn into love. And so it's important for us to zoom out in a spiritual scope sometimes. How do they truly, honestly feel about this moment, please? We were friends first and I missed that. Very strong friendship dynamic. Are you still angry? Intimidated by you. And you could be a fire sign if you're the Queen of Wands. You don't like to be kept waiting. Is this connection real? Do you feel it too? It's like their ego convinces them that they're unrealistic to expect you to feel the same way. But I thought it would be easier to walk away. You don't know what you do to me. Because you do, as much as there is emotion already attached to you, you do inspire sexual energy and that fiery contemplation. You just do. I'm stuck right now, though. I'm trying to figure myself out, weighing out their options. Best friends, I missed that. Back of the deck says, I want to call you, would you answer? So I feel like if there is sort of a disconnect happening for you with this person, I do feel like they may bring forward information or make clarity known, or there will be some sort of movement ultimately in the future of this connection. It could be a little ways off with some patience required, but ultimately Spirit does say that there could be movement here. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile one. The future of this connection in the bowl. We'll ask Spirit that question. I missed it. I always miss it. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands. And it's interesting because the 7 of Pentacles sort of came out sideways, and we had here the back of deck as the Chariot, number 7, of weighing out our options, trying to decide which direction to take. It is a slow progression. This person has been feeling a certain way for you for a while, but there is expansion possible. It's like they're in a planning phase right now, but they have to overcome their own ego. But with determination, they can do it. We have Beauty, the letter T. I think they really, it's like this person's crushing super, super hard on you, because even in the bull, it's like devastating to them sometimes how attractive they find you. It's been devastating to them because this fishbone is like the 10 of Swords. It fills them with a lot of emotion. It's like over the top emotion because there is a lot of drive. I see the get-go. I often think of the Divine Masculine or the King of Wands, but there's a certain amount of protection. They want to protect you. They're very protective of you. So it's not just that lusty energy. It definitely has love components because they want to protect you, but they're also really driven by attraction and the desire to expand. We have O. We have a little squirrel on a limb, going out on a limb. It's like change. There's a little leaf. It's fear associated with the leap because they don't know what the future holds with the unknowns. And that's what's keeping them stagnant, is that fear. But they really have a lot that they want to express, and it's emotional expression. So it definitely feels more of a love direction for you, pile one. And we have the Divine Feminine shoe, this beautiful pump, which, again, there's something about your physical prowess. There's something about how you carry yourself that is very intimidating, but also really attractive. There's a very slow progression towards you, though, so you may have to be the one to take action in this connection. All right, pile one, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section, and I would love for you to subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell and your like button. It truly helps me to bring you more content. You can also check me out on Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below. But I hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the yellow feather. I was going to call it a leaf, a yellow feather, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, is it love or is it lust that is driving their feelings? What are their honest and true feelings for you right this moment? We have the Lovers, the Beauty and the Beast with the Lovers. Is it love or is it lust? It's definitely attraction, that's for sure. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Eight of Cups. The Devil. The Seven of Cups with the Nine of Wands, and we do have the Tower here. Let's clarify this message for you, pile 2. Is it love or is it lust? What is the primary honest and true feelings from this person right this moment? Four of Cups. We're going to start out here with this reading telling you that this person is super, super attracted to you. And you may actually find yourself a part of some sort of friends with benefits situation with this person. So that may be where the clarity is needed, because there's a lot of overflow when we're dealing with that type of dynamic. There is a fine line sometimes between that friendship and something more. And it's often creates a lot of emotional disruption when we try to enter into something that is supposed to stay very practical and not emotionally driven. And I feel like you want it to be love. That's what you're holding on for. You really want it to be love. And it's almost like this feeling of like, if I wait long enough, it'll turn into love and I'll be able to wrestle this beast. It's like the true nature will come out if I can just foster it. It's like you want to fuel the change here. We have the World and we have the Temperance. So the primary, first of all, the primary energy coming in about this person's honest and true feelings for you right now, pile 2, is lust. It is definitely a lust. It doesn't negate how strong they feel for you, but it definitely feels like lust to me. And we have the Lovers here, which is, you know, it does talk very primarily about that attraction, about the physical drive, and how at this moment in time, this person may not fully appreciate what they have sitting right in front of them. So you may feel underappreciated in the dynamics of your connection as it stands right now. And part of this truth that's coming in, Spirit says, might sting a little bit. And sometimes Spirit brings in energies and information that we need to hear, not necessarily that we want to hear sometimes. And this isn't necessarily an indicator. Spirit's not saying that because this person acts very lusty towards you and their focus right now, their drive towards you is lust, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's no hope for the future here. But if your expectation is that they're in love at this moment, Spirit says you just need to walk away from that expectation. In fact, they want you to just erase all of your expectations that you hold over any other person, because if we can learn to do that, not hold our expectations over the heads of other people, then we can then stand confidently in our own choices and have other people not have the right to judge us back, you know. But they say that the truth here is a little bit painful, that there is definitely a lust focus here, even with the Devil. Look at the temptation. It's fire. It's like drive. There's a coldness in the eyes. But here is the thing. Here's the thing. You may not want to hear the news that this is lust. And here the Eight of Pentacles says that it's almost a challenge for your person and for you to get past the narrative of where things are supposed to start and what that means for the future of the connection. Because sometimes we get into these situations with other people where we are again, if there is some sort of friends with benefits situation where we want more, but maybe the other person's not ready to ascend. But what it does is it plants seed for that ascension. It doesn't happen right away. And so Spirit says that this lust, which it is, you may feel sometimes like you are just an option. You may feel sometimes that that fuels some confusion, and you don't know how 100% how this person feels, because maybe they're not 100% clear with you, but they're saying that this is a foundation phase for this connection. And that if you are able to withstand this foundation phase in the capacity of which it is right now, and that's just appreciating this moment fully and removing your expectation that this is heading, you know, into a love realm, if you can just enjoy this moment fully, Spirit says with patience, there's a lot of evolution, a lot of lessons that can be in place for you and this person on your mind as well. And truly, the fact that this person keeps it in a love or a lusty realm is a reflection of what they're afraid of and what their, you know, their inability to be emotionally vulnerable. It says nothing about you. It says nothing about you. And in fact, the world on the back of the deck is talking about a victorious, you know, a celebration of this connection in a way, because it's playing a really important foundational role in the evolution of your person. And perhaps you too, if you're kind of stuck in this mindset of lusty energy, it's playing a really important role to bring about change ultimately, and to apply pressure to perhaps stepping outside of comfort zones, not being fearful of that change, because you can see in the background it looks like a giant rooster or a chicken with a house being carried off. So it is talking about this person carrying burdens from the past, which fuel the way that they treat you and romantic or lustful connections in general. But the temperance here is just, if you want to stay within if you want to stay within the dynamics of this connection, Spirit says just enjoy it as it is, without the expectation of more, with also the realization that this is a foundation phase for you and this person, and that there can be more down the road, but not to apply pressure in that realm at this time. They may not just be ready for that type of commitment or that type of relationship. They may not be ready to sort of define themselves or you in any type of way, but they're very focused on lust right now. What are their honest and true feelings, please? We have passion. Yeah, follow. It says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, though. There's nothing wrong with lust. There's nothing wrong with passion. And we have this sometimes a negative belief system surrounding it, but there's nothing wrong with passion. But that is where this connection, where their feelings lie for this moment. Let go of control issues and allow this situation to unfold naturally, because Spirit says there is joy in this journey. There's joy here. There's reasons to celebrate here. And within the world, you can see it often showcases the familiar symbol of the zero, which brings us back to the Fool. It encourages us to take leaps into unknowns and to just enjoy this experience. We do have unrequited love on the back of the deck. It says there's not enough chemistry or attraction to keep this relationship going. And I always say I hate the bottom message here. It's not about attraction. We came out of the deck with attraction for you. It's all about their inability to step outside of their comfort zones and their need for healing. But the love is not there at this time. Your honest and true feelings at this moment, please. We have isolation. And it's kind of making me sad, because that isolation card, it's like someone's all dressed up and ready to go. And we may have someone may have sort of inflated this connection a little bit bigger in their mind. And again, it's a painful truth coming in that this may be just a lusty energy. But this card is also speaking to your person's motivations and about how they do put on masks, and they do perhaps wear, you know, a different skin depending on their company, because they are actually really isolated and really lonely in a sense, because they don't allow themselves to be vulnerable. We have rejection. Spirit doesn't want you to take this as a form of rejection from this person, because they are super attracted to you and drawn to you, and almost in an obsessive type of way. Like there's an obsessive type of way. They don't want, it's like they don't want you to be seen or think of yourself as just an option. And they don't want you to see this as rejection. Instead, they want you to understand that every person is a reflection of ourselves. And this person is actually the person who is fearing rejection. And sometimes when we fear rejection, we do this silly thing where we reject first emotionally as an attempt to put up a wall, as an attempt to protect ourselves from that ultimate pain. But we're just turning an acute pain into a chronic one. So we're not really saving ourselves from anything. We're not saving ourselves from any grief. We're just actually keeping ourselves from that peace. And there is a certain amount of grief here because she's holding on to her best friend. And it's like there's a sense of friendship here between the two of you as well. And in just going out and having fun with one another. What are their honest feelings, please, for group 2? It says, I'm ready. But I feel like it wanted to kind of reverse. I don't think they're ready. But it is talking about that Fool energy. And I will say that it will sometimes appear like this person isn't appreciating what's sitting right in front of them. I meant what I said. I also feel like you're invested in this emotionally. Like it would be really difficult for a spirit to say, could you please release this and walk away from your expectations? Like that's a hard ask. And this is like the 5 of Swords. It's like someone who's saying, if everyone is going to end up a loser in this situation ultimately, and that's what their expectation is perhaps, it's like frustration, having to experience a lot of pain in the past. It's like if everyone's going to lose, then I have to protect myself and be the least losery of the bunch. Gossip hurts more. They're afraid of getting too deep. They're afraid of other people's opinions. We have there is someone else. So they could feel like they're attached in another dynamic. And if that's the case, they could be like committed. And that's why they're really focused on the lust component of your connection here. We have a reach out reversed. It stresses them out to enter into unknowns with you. And there is something about stress about their current position that comes through too. And there's a sense of greediness, a little bit of greediness coming in from this person. I never imagined so much perfection. They're very physically attracted to you, and they may be very complimentary towards you too. Like they may tell you you're like the most beautiful person they've ever seen. They're really, really physically attracted to you. Your honest feelings, please. So many things remind me of you. And I think, to be honest with you, it feels like it's hard for them not to allow themselves to fall, but they don't let themselves. It's hard. It's work. You can see here at the 8 of Pentacles, it's like she's toiling away. She's not enjoying her work. She's toiling away. I know that I crossed the line with you, especially if they're in another connection. If there is someone else, they cross the line with you. It's like they don't allow themselves the freedom to fall. I look for you everywhere. You came closer than anyone. And you were the best thing in my life. With hindsight, especially if you decide to walk away or something in the future, it's like there is definitely a frustration that comes in from their energy in the future. It's like they're frustrated. Honestly, they're frustrated with themselves. Ultimately, they are frustrated with themselves in this situation. I'm starting to understand our connection. And this is talking about patience too for you, pile 2. That with patience, the understanding, the perhaps a willingness to open up their hearts and be more vulnerable may come in time. But at this point in time, it's like they require that patience because right now they're too worried about the opinions of other people. They're too worried about chaos in their own life. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile 2. Future of this connection in the bowl for pile number 2, please. Missed it. I always miss it. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups reversed. We have the Emperor reverse. We have the Judgment sideways. So the Judgment is a call for reflection. And this person's not really, it's like they're refusing to see the truth. It's like they're holding it back because they feel like it's unrealistic anyway. It's an unrealistic expectation to expect change, or it's like they don't feel like they have the power. They're worried about their ego. They're worried about appearing weak in any type of realm as well, with the Emperor in the reverse position. They're just really worried. And they're a little bit, I don't want to say they're immature, but they're immature. They're a little bit in a selfish phase, it feels like. We have here Leo energy, strength. We have the butterfly of transformation, and they have to turn that gaze inward in order to transform and in order to see things clearly. We had the lips, a lot of attraction. We have the cactus, a symbol of thirst. We have Cupid's arrow. It's like shot out of the blue. It just hit us so hard. We have the star energy, and it's red. And we also have the white seahorse going with the flow. Spirit is in 2 cactuses, so definitely thirst here. Definitely thirst and lusty energy. And we have live your dream, and we have the whale tail expression and going with the flow. I feel like you are like a dream. Like they really put you on a pedestal in a physical sense. But 2 cactuses, very, very fiery. It's like a drought. It's like thirst. All right, pile 2, that is what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you. And if it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section. I would love for you to subscribe to our beautiful soul family here. Hit your notification bell and your like button. But I would truly love for you to come back here for another day, another visit at the Tarot Cottage. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello, everybody. In pile number 3, you were drawn to the red feather. And this is your reading. Is it lust or is it love between you and the person on your mind at this time? How do they truly feel for you? What are their honest feelings for you at this time? We've had a bit of a mixed bag here today between pile 1 and pile 2. So I want to see what tiebreaker you fall into here. Pile 3, you are the tiebreaker. Is it lust or is it love? What are their honest feelings for you at this very moment? So we have the Queen of Pentacles to start out. There's something very attractive about this Queen of Pentacles. So you could be the Divine Feminine here, and if you are, it's all about energy, has nothing to do with gender, but it's just the way you carry yourself. It's just the way, the confidence that you exude. Even if it's fake confidence, it doesn't matter because people can't notice the difference. You're so independent. It's like you don't need anybody. You may want people, but you don't need anybody. And you take really good care of yourself, perhaps. We have the 2 of Wands. What are their honest feelings? Is it lust or is it love? Ace of Wands and the Strength. The Judgment. 3 of Cups. Back of the deck is the beautiful Empress. So let's take a look at the clarifying cards before we get into your message. Is it lust or is it love, please, Spirit? 5 of Pentacles. There's something about this person, they don't feel as attractive as you. They may not, and if there could even be a work connection here to this person potentially, they may not have enough to offer you, or they may feel like they don't have a lot to offer you, or maybe there's sort of a discrepancy in ages or an age gap or like a wage gap or something here, because they feel a bit of a self deprecation when it comes to you. 9 of Wands. It's like they feel like they don't measure up to you in a practical sense. The Tower. And it could be that your position does not allow them to express themselves in any type of way, whether it be love or lust towards you as well, because it feels like you are out of their reach or something. It's like you're this fantasy or this desire that seems beyond their control or seems beyond their grasp a little bit. This could sort of be a friendship situation, but I feel like it's less really friendly. I don't think that they're best friends with this person. I feel like there could be some sort of acquaintance connection or work connection. Knight of Swords. Back of deck is the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands. So what's really interesting about the energy coming in is we're asking about love or lust. We started out with a lot of attraction and then a lot of fire. And so there's definitely an interest that has sparked, or the interest that this person has in you was sparked by that lusty attraction, 100%. And they've been feeling a certain way about you for a while. You guys could be in disconnect right now, again, because of your position or the Divine Feminine's position, because they don't want to create chaos or anything in anybody's positions right now by coming forward with some of these thoughts. Page of Pentacles. What is kind of interesting about their energy, though, is that although it's very lusty towards you, it's like they're leaving it to you. They're leaving it to you. They're very lusty towards you, but they're also saying that this is an opportunity for us to fall. It's like they think that the attraction could bleed into more emotion. Could bleed, but they're almost afraid of that too. They're almost afraid of what could be. Because there's a bit of an ego on this person. We have the Nine of Cups, which is talking about fantasies being fueled towards you and wishes being fueled towards you. And it's association with this new start. But like I said, if there are other people involved, potentially, it's like they want something to happen, or they want the world to open up in a magical way so that there can be an opening for the two of you. Their intentions are not to keep it lusty, is what I should say. Their intentions are not to keep it lusty. In fact, they have more intentions of making their feelings known. And it could be their lust towards you that's driving them. But ultimately, it's because the Six of Cups. It's because they feel like the two of you could build together. Like this could really be more. And this feeling, this wish that they have is really genuine. And it's innocent in nature. So as much as it's starting, it's fueled by this attraction towards you. And we have lust right in the center. It's like the lust will cause the chaos, which could ultimately cause the new beginning because they feel like there's a problem with your position, or perhaps their position. They don't want this tower to fall to create havoc for you or for themselves, but they also want this tower to fall because that's the only way we're going to get what we want, is if we bring about the epiphany or the change that needs to come in, if we're strong enough to do it. But ultimately, it's like their intentions are really innocent and really pure. And it almost feels like this is an innocent person. I don't think they are. Like, I think they're grown, fully grown. But I also just feel like when it comes to you, they're very innocent around you. They like to fantasize about the lust, but I feel like they're also very intimidated by having to execute that lust ultimately as well. So it feels very innocent, but it feels like it's sparked by attraction. But underneath, the truth is, Spirit says, if we're looking at everything clear and clear cut, if we have clarity over the situation, Spirit says it's love. It's genuine love. Even if it's not mutual, this person is really, really, it's almost like very sweet energy coming through. They want to be generous with you. It's like they think they want to be generous with you. They want to be the person that gets to be generous with you because they think that you guys have a lot of potential to build up to this. And they may feel like they kind of lost that opportunity, or the opportunity has eluded them, and they really mourn that. They really mourn that, but they're also really scared of speaking up because they don't know what the consequences will be, and they're worried that the consequences could be great for them, but could be bad as well for you, or for someone who could be attached in another situation, another dynamic. But ultimately, this person they're masking it with this feigned lust. Or maybe it's like a protective energy because they have been hurt by love before, or they are anticipating a rejection from you, or maybe they have been rejected by you in the past. But so they're coming across as overconfident, when the real truth is that they, look at how he looks at her. He just reaches over and wants to give her every good thing. It feels really innocent. So I feel like it's sparked by attraction, but I do feel like under the surface it is love. Love from this person. Ooh. We have here leadership. And I will say we have the Queen of Swords, and they are letting you be, if you are the Divine Feminine, as I said earlier, they are letting you lead the charge here. They're going to follow up with as much passion or intent as you want, but they're letting you sort of be the leader and make the decisions. Sometimes the Queen of Swords has to be that leader, Sometimes they have to speak truth before anyone else feels confident to do the same. And so they may be kind of, again, waiting for you to close off a cycle perhaps, or waiting for something big to happen in your life to create space for this ultimate goal that they have. They're very, very focused, but they also feel, here on the back of the deck, we have passages of our transformation. So it's like the Four of Wands. It's this passion that they want to wield towards you, but ultimately they think that the two of you belong together. And they don't have the courage. We have the Strength right in the middle. They could be a fire sign with the King of Wands, with the Two of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Strength card. They could be a Leo. And that's what they need in order to get that foundation started. They need to build up the courage in front of them or inside of them to create the change necessary by wielding some of their truth towards you. We also have here Enlightenment. Again, number 19, we have the Sun card. Very strong Leo energy. The truth is that they care so deeply and that they want to see where that could lead. But they need help. That's the problem with the sixes. It's like we need help from someone to come in to bring forward the truth or to make something happen. We have here finances and career are a factor right now. And I feel that with the Five of Pentacles. It's like they don't feel like there's a discrepancy in coin. They don't feel like they're good enough. It could be a practical foundation that they're worried about crumbling. But we do have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And back of the deck says trust. The situation is calling for you to have some faith. Because sometimes we'll look at a person's immediate interest if they're really lusty towards us and we'll think the worst. We'll think the worst, but Spirit says to have faith in this situation instead. What are their honest feelings, please, for pile 1? I heart you. King of Cups, I heart you. That is the honest truth. I want to grow old with you. They want to build something with you. That's their biggest dream, is to just start building. They would feel so smug, they would feel so accomplished if they could add that to their experience. I can't make up my mind, Two of Wands. It's not that they don't know what they want, it's that they don't know how to execute a plan. And that's why it's like they don't feel like it's within their realm of control. They may feel like it's up to you to create change here. I'm afraid of where this path leads. 18, the Moon, Scorpio energy. When we have the Moon come up, here's the Four of Pentacles. I've been hurt so many times before. It's an encouragement from Spirit to really delve into our intuition and trust where it's leading us. But they're really hesitant to be vulnerable because they're afraid of that rejection. Back of the deck says, I'm still holding on. The Nine of Wands. It is reversed. But I feel like it's like there's a defensiveness. They're having faith that this ultimately will end. The separation or the clarity will come about ultimately. What are their true feelings, please? Their honest feelings right this moment for pile number 3. I can't come forward right now because they're afraid of what the consequences will be. And they don't want to be too impulsive. I'm watching you from the outside. So if this is in separation, they are really keen on a reunion. I should say that as well. Very keen on a reunion, but they could be keeping tabs on you as well. I wish I had fought harder for us in the past, and you still drive me crazy. Spirit says there's nothing wrong with a little mix of love and fire. I'm a different person than you remember. And they want you to see them as a grown-up. And it feels like, again, they're grown, but they feel innocent. So you may be in a separation from this person where the last time you saw them, they were young, they were inexperienced. And they want you to see them in a different light. So they're coming across with very lusty energy, but they don't want to undermine the truth of the depth of emotion. Because that's where it started. It started very deep. It started very innocent, almost very friendship-like. But it's deeper than that. It should have evolved. But they've grown. and they want you to see how they've grown. And they feel like the best possible application of that growth is to show you in a lusty way, but it doesn't undermine their true feelings. I did not follow my heart in the past is on the back of that deck. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 3. What is the future of this connection in the bowl of pile 3, please? Oops. There's that 9 of Cups with the 5 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, which we've seen, and the Death reverse. So the Death is reversed, so there is definitely a feeling of being stuck. And a hard press to get out of it because it's being fueled and influenced by our lack mindset, by our insecurities. And it's so much easier to just fantasize and hope for solutions than to actually actively create those solutions. So this person would love to have some sort of reunion, but I feel like they're really relying on your energy to bring about some type of reunion or some type of clarity. That would be the easy route for them. That's ultimately what they wish could happen. So they may hesitate in making any type of movement towards you. But when we follow the path of least resistance, we're actually not helping ourselves. It's like avoiding tests. Then we just have more piled on at the end of the course. We have the shovel. They're digging ourselves a deeper hole. We have LY. We have the hammer. Instead of being so passive, Spirit says this person can put effort into change. You may be at a distance from this person. We do have the airplane. And we have the triangle. So there could be space between. There could be other connections here with the Tower. And I feel like it's connected to the Divine Feminine, but obviously take that as it resonates to your situation. We have the Chariot in motion with the winged horse. It talks about a choice. It also talks about freedom, how we always have a choice if we feel stuck. We have the 9 of Pentacles, a feeling of stuckness within our dynamics or our position, but also a lot of attraction, a lot of growth too. And we have the whale tail going with the flow. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section, and I would love for you to join our beautiful soul family by subscribing to the channel, hitting your notification bell or your like button, or both. It really helps me to bring you more content. And I do offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that link is below. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.